Hey everyone, it's Wolfrun, and this is going to be my gun guide video on the Bizon. The aim of these videos, and I've done pretty much all the SMNGs now, except the Striker, is to help you decide on your loadout, really aiming at the Damascus camo and the grind that you take it through, and in the cases where the weapons where I think it's the same loadout for Warzone. So this one, there's only one video. In other ones like the MP7, I've shown you the loadout I use for multiplayer and then a different one for Warzone. But this one, absolutely the same loadout, goes through and I'll explain why. But the Bizon, great fun to use. It's a weapon that is pretty underrated compared to the MP5 or the MP7. The reality is MP5 is by far and away the better weapon. But the Bizon has some interesting features which make it really quite fun to use. Extremely fast ADS. It has very low recoil, really easy to control. You can see throughout the clips here that say out that it's so easy to control on the recoil, which makes it good fun. The starting mag is 64. You can extend it up to 84, but the 64 is more than any of the other SMGs. So in that respect, absolutely fantastic. I really like the iron sight, so I certainly don't recommend the need for any optic, but if you do want to put one bog standard, I would normally suggest the GI Mini Reflex. Just before I get into the full loadout, I'd ask you to leave me a like or a subscribe. Give me a comment as to what you think is the best loadout. And as I'm a new YouTuber, any support you give is greatly appreciated. I'm going to try and set out as many of the gun guides as I can as to how I got Damascus. And Damascus is a bit of a grind, but certainly the Shipman 24/7 and the tips and tricks I've got set out in various of my videos to do with it. Check it out. There's a whole playlist, Road to Damascus, to try out. So I very much created the Bizon to be a very fast weapon, close quarters, quick to ADS. You can see I'm mostly doing my shooting ADS. It's not got that great hip fire, not compared to something like the MP7 or even the Uzi, which is by far and away the best one. Check out my video on that one. But it's a great weapon. You can dominate in multiplayer, and it's very useful in Warzone. So first thing, barrel, monolithic suppressor. I use that both multiplayer, Warzone. Could use compensator, I don't see the point. If you want to save a bit of the aim down sight, you can go with the tactical. I go with the 8.7-inch steel barrel. The difference between that and the polygonal barrel aren't very much, and you get more benefits to the steel in my view. So you're not trading out with it. You could go with the aluminum barrel to get the ADS speed, but you really don't need it with this weapon. I like the tac laser on this because my view is once I'm aiming down sight, I'm shooting. You could use the 5mm for hip fire, especially if you're using the gun to go for the hip fire challenges. But tac laser is my view. No stock, but with the recent nerf to no stock, you could go close quarter. Either are absolutely fine. And finally, I go with stipple grip tape. That combination of attachments means it's really fast. But for long shots, I'd certainly go for rubberized grip tape. Both work. All that loadout works great in multiplayer, works great in Warzone. I think it is viable Warzone. It's been the floor loot weapon for a little while now, and I certainly, whenever I pick it up, can use it and get some decent kills with it. That said, it isn't the best SMG, but the grind to Damascus for this one is certainly not very hard. Long shots are very simple actually, because it's such a low recoil weapon. Jump into hardcore, get into some of those positions, you get long shots, you'll have them in no time at all. This is one of the easier weapons to obtain all the camos for. Again, if you could leave me a like, a subscribe, a comment, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Thanks a lot, and I'll leave you with the gameplay on Shoot House, where I show that this Bizon truly does dominate this game and shows you how agile and mobile you can be with this setup.